to Gen Z Finance. I am an older Gen Z, younger millennial documenting my personal finance journey here on YouTube. Or I try to, but I sometimes am not always the best with uploading videos. So I thought this video would just be a kind of life and budget update. And then at the end, we're going to do a net worth update. So I have a couple of notes, things I wanted to discuss with you all for any of my longtime viewers. So first thing, yes, I've not been posting as much. I was really feeling like 2023 was going to be the year where I started to get back onto a regular posting schedule. But to be honest, my budgets are just really, really boring. I don't change a whole lot. And I started to just feel like, I don't know if it's worth recording these and editing these and uploading these because they're really boring. I do the same exact things. I have like the same exact amount of money every month and they go to the same obligations and I don't have that much spending. So I just kind of was feeling like they're really boring. So I don't know, maybe I'll try to post like one a month or one every 2 months, something like that. And then it's kind of connected to, part of the reason that they're boring is I still live at home. Now I was planning to move out this year. However, my mom is probably going to have like a hip replacement surgery in the next couple of months. And so I'm kind of putting that on pause where I just don't think it makes sense to move out right before my mom gets pretty major surgery and then she's going to need help, with recovery. She's got dogs to worry about. We live in a townhome, so she can't like walk up and down the stairs for a little bit. So I don't think I'm going to be able to move out before the end of 2023. And so with that, if you'd seen like some of my kind of earlier videos for a while, I've been putting a lot of extra money, if we go down here, to this move out and future house home fund. You can kind of see I just did like a little infinity. Like I was just kind of putting any extra money I had towards this. And so that was just supposed to cover like, first month's rent, deposit, applications, moving supplies, things like that for moving out. Well, now that's on hold. But then I was like, well, you know what? Like eventually, not really anytime soon, but eventually I'm going to want like a future down payment fund, right? So I just kind of put, well, I'll just continue to put extra money towards this category. And so some of it will be like just my moving out to my own apartment and like the rest will just be, down payment, closing costs, all that. But I think I'm going to start pumping the brakes on this, still contributing to it and just really recognizing and admitting that it's not really going to happen anytime soon. I don't even know if I want to still buy in Florida, but if I don't buy in Florida, I don't know where I want to live. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. So sometimes I just feel like my budgets are very boring and then I don't have a lot of excitement going on. So those two kind of issues combined are why I haven't really been posting as much. But for more exciting news, this one here, I got a 6.8% raise. So we finally had our 2022, don't get me started on why it takes 6 months or 7 months to get our 2022 evaluations done, but we finally get our 2022 evaluation. So I'm getting a 6.8% raise effective July 1st. And so I was making $77,900 and now my base salary will be $83,200. So yeah, like I didn't go over exactly like what was the standard percent raise, but I do believe 6.8% is at the higher range of an increase when you're not doing a promotion or anything. It's really crazy because when I started last year, so at the beginning of 2022, January 1st of 2022, I was making $62,000 a year. And then in July of 2022, I got a pretty big raise and it was a title increase. I went from like a junior analyst to a regular analyst, and I went from $62,000 to $77,900. And I think it was like, I can't even remember. I think it was like a 17% increase or something. It was pretty big. And so this year, obviously that's a lot less, but it's still pretty big. So to think that at the beginning of 2022, I was making $62,000 and now I'm making $20,000 more a year and a half later is incredible. And it makes me feel really good because yeah, I probably could be making a little bit more if I had changed companies and like job hopped, but at the same time, like I can tell that they want to keep me on, right? Like I can tell that they appreciate my work and want to keep me here. So that's very exciting. So I like that. And then with that, you can see I got actually an 11.04% bonus. So the standard bonus is 10%. So I got a little bit over that, which I also got a little bit over on, like the raise percentages. So my bonus this year will be $8,600. So that will be effective 7/1, but I won't get that money until like 7/28. That's the next pay cycle. So my 7/28 paycheck, maybe I'll do a budget with me on that because that one's going to be much bigger than normal. I'm going to get a little bit of, and then I thought I would just kind of take you into my Paycheck Planning Workbook. If you've watched my channel before, you've seen this, and I wanted to just kind of go over like how I'm guesstimating what my paychecks are actually going to look like now. So I did already update this. But here's my Paycheck Planning Workbook. This is my budget forecast. And you can see that previously my net paychecks were about $1,584 every 2 weeks. And then you can see now I'm thinking that my net paycheck is going to be about $1,756. My gross pay will be $3,200, which first off, I love that it's like a perfectly even number. I just really like that. I'm thinking I'm just going to do 25% to my 401k. So that's $800 a paycheck going to that. My HSA amount doesn't change. My taxes are going up, which makes sense. I mean, more money, more problems, you know, nothing you can do. So, and then my medical and dental insurance. So yeah, it's going to come out to about $1,756. And I am kind of playing around with what I'm thinking I'm going to be, you know, putting this money towards, because there's extra money here. I might be putting more money towards sinking funds, or maybe I'm actually will increase how much I'm giving my mom. Right now it's $550. Maybe I'll up that to like $600 a month. So there's that. And then for my bonus, I'm thinking that my bonus I think I'm going to net around $4,386. So again, I'm doing 25% of my bonus to my 401k. And that also limits my taxes on it. So it's not, the full $8,600 is not being taxed, at least federally. It's $8,600 minus $2,150. So I'm projecting that my total taxes will be about $2,000 coming out of that, which gets me down to the $4,386. And I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I want to do with that. But that is kind of what I'm projecting. This is why I created this Paycheck Planning Workbook, is literally to like plan out all of these scenarios. Originally this raise, I was thinking I was going to get 4%. That's what I was planning for. I was planning originally with this that I was going to do just 4%. So I had to update all of these numbers. But yeah, this is kind of how I plan out and decide how much I should be continuing to put towards my 401k and all of that. And so then the second part of this video, we're just going to do a net worth update. I don't think I've done a full net worth update like since the beginning of the year, which is crazy because my net worth has increased quite a bit. So we're going to go to my net worth tracker. This is again a spreadsheet that I created to work towards my mind. And we're going to come down here. We're going to start, the starting month is going to be December 22. That is as of the end of the month. So as of December 31st, 2022, this is what was in all of these accounts. But you can see I've increased some of the amounts in my Treasury Direct account, which is like I-bonds and stuff like that. And then for overall cash, you can see it's grown pretty steadily. Again, some of this money has been transferred out of cash and into bonds. So those are all of my cash accounts. And then we get into my 401k. You can see I began the year with $48,628, and at the end of June, I have $73,140. So there were a couple big transactions in here. In May, I got my employer contribution. So my employer does one lump sum payment every year in May for like the previous year's contributions, and they're supposed to do about 7.5%. It worked out to me to be $5,374 that they put in there. So the other 17, that's just what I put in, you know, between my 2 paychecks a month. And then in June, it was a bigger amount invested as well because it was 3 paychecks. But then the market, you know, kind of did pretty well for some of these months. So my ending balance is $73,140, which is really exciting. And then in my HSA, I have $12,595. You can see it's grown from $9,176. And then in my Roth IRA, I am at $24,505. I've just been putting in my standard $550 a month, and that will allow me to max out my Roth IRA for 2023. FICA, this is just a small investing account I need to roll over into my 401k from my old job, but I haven't really been keeping up with its balance as much. In January, it was $360.15, so that's just kind of what I've been keeping at. It's probably back up to $400 now. And then in my taxable brokerage account, I'm at $11,489, and I've not actually put anything in here since December. I've been focusing on my 401k, my cash savings, and then my Roth IRA. So the growth from the beginning of the year, that is all just investment gains. So in total, my assets are $185,157. $63,000 of that is in cash or bonds. I have no physical assets. I do have a car, but I don't really track that as an asset, so that's at 0. And then my total invested is at $122,091. That's really exciting. You can see I didn't even pass $100,000 invested until March of 2023, and then by the end of June, I'm at almost to 125. That's really exciting. I want to get over 125,000, which I should be able to do, you know, July or August. And then so far for the year, I've invested $23,618. And again, keep in mind, some of this is also like what my employer has contributed. You know, my employer contributed $5,300 of that. And then my biggest monthly change in my assets was last month in June with $13,875. And then before that, it was actually January, $10,274. So then with liabilities, I just have have like one credit card that I pay off in full every month. So this has just been the ending balance. That means that my total net worth as of the end of June is $184,421. Yeah, I really don't know what to say about that. It's like hard. The numbers are starting to just like not seem real to me. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's a number, but it's not my number, right? And then I'm like, oh no, like these are my real accounts. And it's just like, it doesn't really feel real. That is a lot of money. It just doesn't feel real to me. So far, my cumulative change from when I first began tracking my net worth in February of 2019, wow, it's been so long. You can see I started negative $28,199. So that puts my cumulative change at $212,620. I have increased my net worth by over $200,000, which again does not feel real. That is a 754% increase. What does that even mean? You know, like at a certain point, it's like, how can a percentage be that high? I don't know. So my year-to-date change, taking my ending net worth at the end of 2022, it's been $48,387. So just about $50,000. My net worth has increased so far in 2023, and that is a 35.5% increase. So we're about halfway through the year, right, with my net worth at least. So I guess I think I can make it to 200, which I definitely was not thinking I would get there. When I ended 2022, I think I was saying that I wanted to get to like 160. And now I'm thinking about 200. Now, again, you turn on the news and everyone is saying there's going to be a recession soon. So I really don't know. I honestly, for my sanity's sake, I try not to really pay attention to what the greater economy is doing. I mean, it's always a fear in my head because if you've seen my channel before, you know I'm kind of like a cash hoarder and I'm always scared of the worst things happening. So like, yes, I'm aware that those could happen and all of my plans could go to crap, right? Because it's great that I got this raise, but I got to keep my job, right? The economy's got to be good enough that I can keep my job and stuff like that. But I think it's possible. July, like I said, like this is before we've even considered the impact that will come from my bonus and then like my raise and stuff. So my bonus alone, you know, I'm netting $4,300 and then I'm putting an additional $2,000 into my 401k. So that's, you know, $6,000-ish that will kind of hit my account at the end of the month before I can really spend any of it. I mean, that alone is going to get me to 190. Now, obviously some of that money I'm going to spend, some of my bonus money and stuff, but I think we can get to 200,000 probably before the end of the year, but then just seeing if we can maintain that with how the market ebbs and flows. Because maybe by the time I post this video, the market took a crash the next day or something. So who knows? That's where I am. That is kind of my life and budget update. We didn't really do much budgeting, but if you wanted to see like my net worth kind of growth charted, here it is in ynab. Hold on, let me take out July. So far into July right now, my net worth is around 186, but those numbers aren't finalized because it doesn't consider, you know, the daily fluctuations in the market. But yeah, like this is all of that charted as a graph. And you can see these used to be so big. These red bars down here with my student loan debt used to be so daunting because look at that. I had $300 in my bank account and $28,000 in debt. And now it's like not even a blip. Like, oh, yep. Oh yeah, there is red there. You know, you can't even see or tell. So it's, I don't know, man. Okay, well, yeah, that's going to be it for this video then. Thank you all so much for watching. You know, subscribe to my channel if you're interested. I don't want to give you too many promises about exactly when I'm going to post and when I'm going to post, but, you know, if you're interested in ynab or just following like an everyday person's budget, I guess I'm your girl. I'll post when I can. I mean, obviously, a lot of my time has been taken up with work and it's starting to pay off with like all these bonuses and raises, but it's just been kind of not leaving me enough or a lot of time to like edit videos and plan videos and film videos. So thank you all so much for watching this video. As always, I hope you all are staying safe and healthy and that you have a good day.